Good morning. For today's meditation, I want to talk about imaginal realms. And imaginal realms are understandings of aspects of reality that are outside of our ordinary perceptions. They are imaginal because they come from our heart. They are not observations made in, clarity of intellectual pursuits. This is not an intellectual understanding of the nature of reality. This is a heartfelt or imaginal understanding. Quite different from fantasies. We can cook up all kinds of worlds of fantasies and, live in them very easily. And it's usually not healthy. Ideologies are good examples of fantastical realms of the imagination that people live in to the great detriment of millions. But I'm talking about something different. A understanding of reality that comes out of a divine inspired understanding of the nature of the cosmos and the very different kinds of places that are geographically part of the cosmos that occupy different places. So in other words, we're talking about a spiritual geography here that's understood imaginally through the heart. So a good way to understand it, I think for me anyway, is to understand the nature of the birth of Jesus. So there's an annunciation where the foretelling of Jesus' birth is announced. And Mary hears that, and the Messiah is born. So was that a transcendent event? I think that's a word that's real popular and a lot of people like to use it, and it seems like it's just perfect for understanding the nature of that monumental occurrence. But in my mind, it's not. Because I think the world, the cosmos as I understand it, is an emanation. And there are various realms of reality that occur that are also part of that emanation of the cosmos. In other words, that ongoing motion, that movement of the cosmos, where I've said in the past, history does not repeat itself. But with regards to this most sacred event, let's understand it in the context of realms and of emanations. So the way that I understand it, and it suits me very well, is that the beings that announced the arrival of the Messiah chose to engage our realm, to make themselves present in our realm, not as an act of transcendence, but an act of communion, an act of friendship, an act of coming together, of sympathy and cooperation. So they engaged our realm in a way that's quite remarkable. And so the Christ was born not transcendently, but in the context of the realm that we live in now. There was no transcendence as such, that it was a continuum of creation, a continuum of the expansion of the cosmos in its most elegant and beautiful way, a coming together of more than one realm in order for this sacred event to occur. And I like that. I think it's poetically very beautiful, and it helps understand the nature of the world we live in and how I understand it. Because I understand that there are imaginal realms that are also available to us. So behind me you see two bronze sculpts of herons. So it's been such that herons have shown themselves in my life recently, a lot of them. And they have kind of appeared or arrived, as it were, in such an array. And I find them here not without my even, trying to accumulate them. They have arrived on their own, as it were. So these two sculpts behind me arrived without my doing anything. They came from a family member. I have a portrait of a heron in my hallway. My another relative, a friend of the family, sent me some pictures of herons. You see them on my thumbnails. I mean, it's just been an amazing number of images that have shown up. And so I've decided to go ahead and go with that a little bit and say, okay, well, what if it is that realm heron is making itself known to me? What if I can use a sort of animist understanding of it by giving a power animal image to something that is occurring in my life, like right now? So I don't know exactly how to understand power animals. I don't really understand exactly how they're used as such, but I am welcoming them into my life as such. I've used them in the past a lot, but I don't know that my early understandings of the nature of these iconic images is really what they are. They're not actually animals. They're representations of energy and spirit that make themselves known through the natural world. And so I go with that, and I say, okay, well, that's a reasonable way for my mind, which is firmly ensconced in ordinary reality, to begin to comprehend something different that's occurring to me right now. And so I've begun to look for and understand these kinds of iconic representations as being actual. They are real in my understandings. And so I made myself available. And as I have made myself available, the understanding of the nature of the birth of the Messiah has made itself available as well. So that's how I came to understand what it is that I just explained to you with regards to the Annunciation and the birth of the Messiah as a complementarity of realms that we live in. And I think that it's possible for us to be in more than one place at one time. And I think that's the nature of the realms as they exist in the reality we can apprehend. So I want to go even deeper than that and talk about the complexities of the world we're in and the nature of realms which are impacting themselves on our reality every day. As people are inhabiting different aspects of the cosmos that are making themselves understood here in the context of the energies and actions they've taken. And we can see some pretty dark forces, some things that are quite unpleasant, mischievous doctrines, mischievous ideologies that impose themselves on us to try and capture us. They are trying to take hold of our imagination. They're trying to grasp our imaginal reality. They're trying to insert fantasies to replace and take the prominence of our imaginal understandings and turn them into ideologies and celebrity and popularity and money and all that stuff. Those are fantasy realities that seek to supplant the imaginal reality, which is our connection to the divine. And that's where I want to spend time, to be aware of that, to understand in the context of meditation how to stay connected to the imaginal world and leave behind the fantasies of this world that are so very destructive and hurtful. They are murderous and demand blood, and the creatures that populate these fantasies are beasts. They have lost their connection to the imaginal world. They are no longer part of the divine connection. They have become personalities. And in themselves as personalities, they are subject to different kinds of forces, different kinds of energies. So as I've said before, in Genesis, there's a story of humankind being crafted from dirt. And I want to keep on these themes because I don't think just one time is going to satisfy your need to understand this meditation. Crafted from the dirt means coming from organic matter, coming from the material organic force of life on earth. So what I'm saying is that there's a divine aspect to who we are, and there's also an earth aspect, a dirt aspect, as it were, an organic aspect that constitutes our physical presence. That's our manifested reality. It's from the organic realities of earth that we are crafted, but that our spirit is from an imaginal realm. We are not solely bound to this earth. We get to leave. That's a huge thing, that we get to leave. And there are creatures on this earth that really don't want us to leave. They need our blood, they need our sacrifice, and we get to say no. We get to say no. Our concentration, our meditations are on imaginal realms of the divine. That's where our destiny is. That's where it's important for us to want to be. And it is our work to become full citizens of those realms that are available to us. So I intend to become a full citizen of the realm of Heron. And I'm excited to figure out what that is. I'm excited to figure out why that has come into my life, why it has shown itself. And I think it's for a good reason. I like it. It makes me feel good. I feel comfortable. And I hope you will too, to find the realms that are showing themselves to you, that are coming your way. Not that you are seeking them out through some sort of divination, because I don't know that that's the right path to take here. But I think there are iconographic and symbolic representations of things that are available to you, that come your way, that you should begin to try and connect with. I'm going to do that because I think that's the path. That's the place where my destiny is going to show up. Because I think our destiny is in the stars. I think that's where we're going. And our concentration needs to be there. And to set aside gently the beautiful manifestations that make up who we are, that come from this organic planet. This organic mass that is our planet, is our home. But it's not our permanent home. It's not our eternal home. It's from whence we came. And I think that's an important consideration. I want us all to consider it in that way, as from whence we came. But it's not where we're going, and it's not where our destiny is. I just don't think that. I think our beings are going to change form. We may not necessarily have this same organic form. As we move forward in the cosmos, it might become different. I think it should be, although this one's pretty nice. Occasional aches and pains, but by golly, it's a pleasurable place to be. So I ask you to meditate on this, to look around you, to look for the signs that other realms are making themselves known to you, and to turn your concentration, to turn your gaze, your divine look, as it were, to these things, to see if there's something there for you that's about your destiny and about your calling here on this earth. Because I feel strongly that the realm Heron is not necessarily an other place. It's this place that I'm discovering now. So it's exactly the same analogy as the Annunciation. There is another realm making itself known to us. And in the birth that occurs in this place, there's a revelation of that realm being given to us in great joy and blessing. So I hope you will meditate on these things. As always, go to solospiritus.com, have a look, send me a note. I'd like to hear what you're doing. Tell me about your path and the realms that you discovered. So thank you for your attentions. Amen.